All right, we are live, and thanks so much for jumping in today. I'm excited to talk about this one because this is a practice that recently posted a question in a Facebook group, and I'm keeping some of the information kind of private, and I kind of changed the name a little bit around, but the answer is going to help people out there. So I'm going to drop this in the Facebook group as well as here, so that way other dentists can learn from it. So the first thing that I want to point out is this is a new practice in a rural market, and they're looking at figuring out, what should we do? This is a new practice that we just bought. Opinion from your experience, what is the biggest piece of advice? What are things you may think of that might arise, problem areas, things to focus on to learn to teach my staff? I am a people person and I have lots of patients following me. Also am in the process of getting several other kinds of treatments added, and they go into what kind of other treatment that they're going to be doing. So this is a picture of the building and the op. So I'm going to give 3 quick things from a marketing perspective that can be done here, and I think it would be helpful for all of our audience as we work through those. So the first thing is definitely get the building upgraded. That would not be hard and wouldn't be too expensive. And again, I changed the name on here, but this is something that you could, some paint. The sign would probably be the most expensive part, but that's something I think that would pay huge dividends over time if we could get a big sign put over the door, dentist name, family dental. And that, it doesn't matter which market you're in, doesn't matter if you're getting a lot of traffic, a little bit of traffic. This is huge, as well as just getting the driveway obviously cleaned up. Now, if you can't get it cleaned up, or they're like, no, we're not going to change the driveway, what I would do is just get pictures touched up online. You can easily get some things photoshopped, make it look nice. And then what you could do is then upgrade the website. So how would I upgrade the website? And this is like a super rough draft, but basically use the pictures of the practice there and once it's upgraded, and then put that onto the website and just make the website a little bit softer and a little bit more inviting. And I think that would make a huge difference in a smaller market. Now, the other thing that is really, really important is this particular market is actually very, very competitive. And I want to just call that out, that this is, there's a lot of people who have a lot of reviews for a little town. So I know this is a rural market, but there's dentists here with 1,000 reviews, multiple dentists with 600, 700 reviews, 500 reviews. That's really, really competitive. Now, one of the things that I noticed is that this particular practice, they actually, when you Google search them, they don't have a Google My Business. So when you go in and search your own name, you have to have your Google My Business tied to that. And right now it's not attached. So I couldn't even figure out how many Google reviews that they had. So getting more Google reviews is going to be crucial. They have really good patient flow. So getting Google reviews should be really, really fast, really, really easy. And how you do that is you just simply ask people, hey, how was your visit today? Great. All right. So I would love, we're doing a contest at our office. It would mean a lot to me if you just leave a quick Google review and then you give them something to scan right there. It's that simple. And then what you want to do is you want to motivate the staff to ask, not the patient. So don't give the patient anything to leave their review. Give your team something if for each review or once they reach a certain goal. And where a lot of dentists make mistakes is they try to bonus the whole team. If you bonus the whole team, then no one cares. You need to bonus the individual. So find one person that touches every single patient and tell them if they get to a certain number that they'll get a big bonus. And I'd recommend to do this as fast as possible and give the team whatever they need to be able to get that full bonus. So that's a very, very simple thing that you could do. Touching up the office, paint is really cheap. The sign is a little bit more expensive. Getting the website remade is relatively cheap. Once you have the sign and the building painted, you could even get some renderings done beforehand and even get the website updated beforehand of what the building's going to look like. And then getting the Google reviews and making sure that your Google My Business is actually attached to your name. That's crucial for you to show up in the search engines, people be able to find you, patients be able to find you. Really, really important that you get that done. So that's my 2 cents. Would love to hear from you what you think. I'm going to drop this back in the group. Really, congratulations on your new office. You're going to crush. I can already tell you got the personality for a really big office and to be really, really successful. I know you're in a rural market, but I can tell there's a lot of big players in that rural market, and it looks like you're going to be able to take advantage of that and be very, very successful. So best of luck to you. Hope you have a good day. Thanks for tuning in.